Well, good morning. I find myself here at the kitchen sink this morning, the place where I do a lot of thinking and a lot of pondering about life and different things like that. Today I was kind of thinking about something that I think a lot of us experience, and that is we don't really love ourselves. And I think people have different reasons why. But I also think that sometimes we don't know why. We don't know why we react or respond to things the way that we do. We just do. And we don't know why. And, you know, I'm speaking from experience here myself. Sometimes you can try to do all the right things and try to help yourself, but it's still a struggle. And one of the things that I found to be true is that somebody can tell you something that's true, and you can hear it and rationalize it in your mind, but you still don't believe it. And, you know, your brain might believe it, but it's your heart that doesn't believe it. I always say that there's believing in your mind and there's believing in your heart. And believing in your mind, that's of course important, but I think believing in your heart is even more important, especially when it comes to what you believe about yourself. And so, I don't know. It's just one of those things I'm thinking about in life all the time because of life situations and negative things that happen to people in their life, and their brain seems to be playing over this thought over and over and over that we don't even realize is happening, if that makes sense. I think that's why sometimes you can try to stop doing something, but you just have a natural default to go in the direction that you always have gone. And your brain kind of, I'm not a doctor here. I do know a little bit about this just from reading up on myself. So if you want to know more about that, you need to look it up for yourself and see what you can find out. But I think sometimes our brain takes the path of least resistance, so to speak. For example, if you, one thing that I can use for an example that is relatable to me. If there's a stream of water going down towards a path and there's a ravine or something like that, a small creek or crevice in the earth, the water is going to take that path of least resistance, and that's where it's going to go to and move down the stream. And so as it does that, it creates a bigger path and a wider stream for the water to travel down. So that's how I think of it with my brain. I've believed this in my heart for so long that it's naturally just going this way, and it's naturally going to take me down this response or this reaction to when something like this happens. It could be any kind of situation that you're in. I think about in the Bible where Paul talks about he doesn't do the things he wants to do, and he does do the things he doesn't want to do. And it really speaks to that. Now, I may be taking that way out of context, but to me, that's kind of how it is. Like if you have an outburst of anger, for example, you want to be to control that, but sometimes it seems like it just takes over and you can't. And so, I don't know, is it related to the same thing? Possibly, possibly not. I don't know. It's just one of those things I think about. And you can go to your Bible and you can try to change those things and you can give them over to God, but sometimes we take them back. We give them to God and then we take them back. And we give them to God and we take them back. And we give them to God and we take them back. And we may not even realize we're taking them back until after the fact. And it's, oh my goodness, I did it again. And so, isn't there a Britney Spears song like that? I don't know, that has nothing to do with this. But it's a constant battle. And I know that there is some kind of therapy that can help with retraining those neural pathways. That's like the little creek that the water goes down, but it's for your brain that naturally sends you down that path. So don't beat yourself up so much if you have a hard time and you still are reacting or responding to things a certain way and you don't know why. Maybe you've tried lots of things. Maybe you've prayed. Maybe you've gone to counseling. Maybe you've talked to people. Maybe you've done all the things that you know, and maybe that one piece would help you. I think there's some therapy called EMDR, I believe. I may have that wrong. But anyway, it's to help change the neural pathways of the thinking in your brain. So if that's something that you think might help you, then look into that, because no amount of anyone telling you how great you are, how loved you are, all those things, and you probably are loved and everything else. But until your heart believes it and you can act on it your own self and live a life whole and as the person that God really created you to be, then it's a struggle. So that's all. That's my thought today. Be blessed and have a great day. I hope that this helps somebody, maybe brings something to light for you, or gives you something that you can think about or possibly look into. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.